Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Brothers Taste Challenge. But I don't know, Dawn is not here. As we get further deeper to the end of the year, I guess how you say that, further along toward the end of the year, toward December 21st, the days are shorter. So it's not even going to be dawn here at this time. So I'm gonna have to just not call it that, I guess. Daylight might come in by the time I'm finished. I don't know. Anyway, I have two 40% alcohol silver tequilas. This is Jose Cuervo Especial, the world's most famous tequila brand, the best-selling tequila in the world. I'm sure we all know that. Most people in the world who have tried tequila have almost certainly tried Cuervo, either the silver or the gold. A family-owned company for 10 generations. True story, it is produced by Proximo Spirits, but Proximo Spirits is owned by the Cuervo family people. It's the family that started the company. They just created Proximo Spirits as an umbrella company for all their different liquors, just like Guinness created the Diageo umbrella company for all their liquor brands. Instead of calling it Guinness, that's just a brand of stout beer and some other products. They just created an umbrella company. All right. Anyway, the competitor is the lowly, and I'm not making a joke about that, Bandolero Producto Especial Silver. And it says tequila with natural flavors. Now, it is a special product that they're being honest on there. Producto Especial. It's not a true tequila. It's a special product. It's a tequila with natural flavors. By law, tequila is not allowed to have flavoring added. So, consequently, it's being sold as a special product, not a true tequila. But, of course, it's in the tequila section at the store. It was created, now I think originally it was a true tequila, but at some point, the parent company, the producer, decided to start adding flavoring for whatever reason, probably to make it taste better. I don't think they added it to make it taste worse, or to cheapen it. I paid $5.98, or was it $5.89? It was something like that, under $6, and I bought it at Star. Now, this is a brand that was created as a private label brand for Safeway stores. And Safeway still owns the trademark to this very day. And that was in 1987 it started. But Safeway is now owned by the Albertsons companies. It's called the Albertsons companies, which is Albertsons. And so, of course, ultimately they own the trademark. And they sell it across their stores, assuming the stores sell liquor. Vons in California. They may be in other states. Albertsons here in Louisiana. Jewel Osco up in the Chicago area, and so forth. Okay, they got rid of these glass bottles and replaced them with just the big plastic handle bottles. Don't know why. I guess the glass bottles were a slow seller compared to the big handles, so that's what happened there. And that's why I got it at Star, an independent company, not in any way affiliated with Albertsons. I think what happened was Albertsons decided to cut the glass bottles. Fabrica La Rojina tequila. There it is, the cap. And they probably just told the distributor, look, you can auction it off to whoever wants to buy the remaining glass bottles. It doesn't matter to us. And so they did it. I have read articles that private labels are allowed to do that. If they have overflow, so to speak, they can sell it off to whoever wants to buy it, which is why I found Walmart's Caliber Canadian whiskey at Rouse's and the Bandolero Silver at Star. There's the founder, Jose Antonio de Cuervo. Their code number is NOM 1122. The distillery is called La Rojina. Our tequila has been made in only one place and in only one place. Oh, in only one way. Yeah, that makes more sense. Only way and in only one place since 1795. Well, that's a little bit deceptive because In 1795, the king of Spain, not personally, you know how that works, but whatever government official under the king's authority, issued a license for Cuervo to start distilling. But their actual tequila didn't hit the market till 1800. It took, 5 years to get the thing rolling. Very expensive distillery, and it's very time consuming. But yes, the company goes back to 1795, just like Jim Beam whiskey, but the actual production and release was 1800. It says that on their website. You can read it. But anyway, you can get deals on Cuervo. It usually runs about $20-something a bottle, regular bottle, $24. But I noticed Walmart had the Tradicional, the 100% agave version, an upgraded version that they came out with in 1977. They had that on sale for $21.95 just last week. I don't know why they were selling it so cheap. Maybe they're getting rid of it. That's strange, but it might not have moved too well. But the regular Cuervo Especial Silver and Gold is what they call a Mixto tequila, meaning it's at least 51% blue rubber agave, but the other 49% can be filler liquor like vodka or something like that. Sugarcane vodka, being Mexican, probably sugarcane vodka. Could be Mexican corn vodka, but that is allowed. And that does, and some people will say, well, it's not a true tequila. Well, yeah, it is. The class of tequila is called Mixto. I mean, you may not like the idea. I get that. It's a cheaper thing, but it's still a true tequila. Like somebody telling me Seagram's wasn't a true whiskey. I said, yeah, it is. You didn't write the law. I didn't tell him that, but I'm thinking you didn't write the law. Because it's got, grain spirits in it. I'm talking about the American Seagram's. The Canadian is all whiskey. Maybe only 20% single malt. Probably 80% grain whiskey. But anyway, yes, a blended whiskey is a true whiskey. Just may not be truly what you want to drink. Okay, anyway, back to the tequilas. Bandolero is very inexpensive. Oh yeah, I'll show you the websites. May as well. Can't hurt. So here's Cuervo. Is part of the world's #1 tequila brand. It's the silver part. The other half is the gold. Double distilled, so they distill it twice. They take what they distill and distill that again. Just like Irish whiskey, they do it 3 times. Blended tequila. They blend different tequilas together, and then they use that smooth, crisp, and subtle agave flavor. Details. Might just give some tasting notes and stuff like that. I'm not going to read all that. Anyway, you can order it, but I don't know why you'd want to order it for $25.99 when you could go to Walmart and get it for $21.99 right now. Like I said, the 100% agave version, probably all sold out by now. But aroma, taste, finish, to give you notes on that. You've got all kind of cocktails you can read about, of course, because that's mainly what people are doing with it. They're not, of course, drinking it neat typically, although you can do it. Now, see, they got $30.99. The Blanco, that's the much higher grade, 100%. Can't say why Walmart had it so cheap. Let's check Walmart and see if it's left, because Walmart's good. Their website's really good because it'll show you if it's out of stock. They don't just throw stuff up there. It's like a running thing. It'll show you even how many bottles are left sometimes. Oh no, that's Total Wine & More. It'll show you how many bottles left. Let's see, Cuervo. I should only have to type in Cuervo. So the big bottle, like I have here, is $39.98. Now I paid a lot less for it. I think it was like $23.98. Yep, typical price. Not $25 like they want if you order it. And if you order, you got to pay shipping and everything. So why would you do it? $39.98 for the silver, the gold, silver and gold, same price for the handle. And then $23.98. Yeah, it doesn't look like they got the Tradicional. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's the Reposado, the aged. I have that. Yeah, look, see? $22.98 for the better one. So you can pay $1 less and get the better product. But I'm telling you, when I was at Walmart the other day, I'm telling you, it was 21. So, but I mean, that's just a little discrepancy on $1, half a dollar. Yeah, they say it's available at this store. So I don't know. That's your deal this week. That is your deal. Can't argue that. Okay. Can't explain it either. Now, Bandolero Tequila Silver. You can buy this huge jug bottle for $15.99. You can see they got this punches, fruit forward cocktails, or on its own, which I've been doing that, unfortunately. This tequila brings what you need to any party. Oh, really? The low, not even a true tequila, Albertsons. The low price point makes it quick and easy decision for value tequila customers. Right. People that are so geared toward paying as little as possible. Agave. Yeah, that's an ingredient, not the only ingredient. It says about the producer. Notice it doesn't say Brookstone Distilling. No, it says what? The Sazerac Company. Oh, once again, old Sazerac. And you see this Margaritaville Silver Tequila? It has been changed to tequila with natural flavors. I know because I looked at the bottle at Walmart just the other, oh, well, maybe last month, but recently. And look what this says. Look what it says. The Sazerac Company. Boy, those guys, I'll tell you what. They are on it with owning stuff. That's what they do. They go around buying stuff. Well, they didn't buy Margaritaville. They just made a contract with them years ago to make their tequila and rum. And then Anheuser-Busch makes the Margaritaville Landshark Lager. I got a can I'm looking at right there. Because, Margaritaville doesn't produce anything. They have those restaurants. They had one in the French Quarter. Nice, but it went out of business. And they claimed they said, oh, we closed this location. We're going to build a new one here in the city, but they never did. Just talk. Now, since Jimmy Buffett died a couple of years ago, I don't know what's going to happen to Margaritaville, if it's going to continue or just get shut down eventually by the family. I really don't know the story on that. Now, see, appearance won't matter. They're both clear, so I did pour too much of one, though. That's a little too much. Okay, so this is the Bandolero. Okay, I got to even it up because if I feel the weight, I don't know why I'm doing this, though, because it's not going to be a challenge. I think I'll probably get it on aroma only, such as the inferior nature of Bandolero. I started out with a B, just like an 8.3, but I think it's dropping into the C range as we keep tasting it. Some of these products do that. It's like every time you try it, it gets a little worse because they're not too good. Now, some of them, they'll start out kind of low, but they'll climb. Like you'll start noticing better things about it that you didn't really notice before. It's like, well, this is not so bad. And or by the time you get to the end of the beer bottle or the 6-pack or the whiskey, you'd be like, man, this does pretty good, honestly. Okay, you can't always go on the first review. It's better to be open-minded and be willing to change your score. Sorry. Okay. I mean, it has a faint tequila aroma over here, that agave. Not much happening, though, on that nose. Pretty neutral. All right, this has more to it. Yeah, you can, it's almost like you can smell the vegetable juice. It's not what I would call a strong aroma, but it's a little more present. So I think this has got to be the Cuervo in my right hand, but let's, for the sake of argument, do the tasting. All right, it's got some agave and pepperiness. A lot of it tastes like sugar water, though, which is not a bad flavor, I guess, but you buy tequila, you don't really want it to taste like spicy sugar water. I don't think so. But anyway, it's pretty low level. Let's go over here. I'm looking at all those football photos in the background. They're so faded now because I hung those up over the years. Like if one of my teams, like Tulane, wins a big game, and I'll cut the photo out, the newspaper, and I'll tape it up there, and it looks nice. But then they, newsprint is not too sturdy, especially with color. Now, black and white is okay, but the color will fade. So I've been slowly tearing them down and replacing them with fresh photos. But I mean, some of these photos been up there since 1992. They're not going to hold their color. Any kind of light comes in the room. Okay. This has more peppery spice, agave nectar flavor. But on the other hand, it's not that more profound than the cheapo, honestly. More spiciness, more character, but this Jose Cuervo Especial, it has a lot of sugar water flavor as well. And my friend David and I, we sat in the backyard and we did Cuervo Especial. And he was like, it's nice and all. He wasn't too impressed. And then I brought out the traditional 100% agave. And then he tasted that. He said, oh, yeah, no contest. He said the traditional blows it out the water. And then he was saying this stuff's garbage, in a relative sense, So that's really the advice. If you like Jose Cuervo Especial, like I said, it's the top selling tequila in the world, stick with it. You like it, you get a good price on it, stick with it. It's better to buy the big bottle, the big glass bottle, because you're getting a cheaper price per ounce. But if you do try the traditional, you're going to ruin yourself because you're never going to want to go back to the Especial. You know what I mean? There's no going back. It's like, yeah, this is good, but then you try the Especial and it's so much further advanced, then you wouldn't be able to be satisfied with the Especial anymore. I know I'm not. On its own, I liked it, and it did fine. Then I brought in the traditional, and I was like, nah, forget Especial. It's over with for me. But I still have 85% of the bottle left, so I'm gonna be resting on this for at least 10 more years. I think, God willing. It's not going to go anywhere. The bottle is huge. And I won't mind it, but I'm not going to be excited about it. And I know people say it's a mixer, man. It's a mixer. Nobody drinks that stuff neat. I get that. But for the purpose of these challenges is to try it neat. And like Bacardi used to say in their ads, look at the old magazine ads from the 1970s. It's like, yeah. It's really what the ad said. Yeah. Everybody mixes rum in a cocktail. We get that. Pina colada and all that. They said, but they're not all the same. This was their claim. If you try Bacardi, just pour it in a glass, a little bit in a glass at room temperature. That was the ad said. Try it. You're going to notice it's a lot better than these other run-of-the-mill, that's their claim at least, rums. So they basically said in the ad, that's where the rubber hits the road. And then it's going to make a better cocktail. Now, I don't know if that's really accurate because these cocktails, you start adding all the lime and the coconut milk and the other things. By the time you add all that, I'm not really tasting the liquor anyway. It's all just just suppressed by all the other sweet and tart flavors. I mean, go to these restaurants at happy hour, they got the pina coladas and the doggone, if it's a Cuban restaurant, I guess, or you go to a Mexican restaurant, they got the margaritas. They're using the cheapest stuff they can get, like Concierge. I noticed that a lot at these restaurants. Concierge, it's like a restaurant brand of liquor, and it's really cheap. People drinking it, they're not like complaining about it. But it's made that way. It's not to think about. And they got their $9. You got your enjoyment. You got, you don't care. But we can get Hurricane in Louisiana, says Dylan. Hurricane. Why are you talking about Hurricane? Yeah, you talking about Hurricanes to drink, like at Pat O'Brien's, the bright red Hurricane? Or are you talking about Hurricane high gravity malt liquor from Anheuser-Busch? Yeah, we do get that. Walmart, 8.1%. Rouse's used to have 12 packs. They might still. Walmart used to have 12 packs. I used to buy it for $3.99 when it first hit the market in 2005. And then Hurricane Katrina came and all the prices jumped way up and never went back down. But I used to get a 12 pack, but I didn't buy it much. I bought like one 12 pack, and then by the second 12 pack, I was like, man, this stuff's too strong. It's not enjoyable to drink. It's like you're chewing the beer. The flavor was good, but I remember sipping that one time, and I was like, I'm not buying any more 12 packs. There's something about it. It's too strong. I didn't enjoy it. But the quality is there, but it's just for everyday drinking, man, forget it. But for $3.99 a 12 pack, that was amazing, right? But back in those days, I would just buy like Schaefer 12 packs for $3.99. We used to get 12 packs in Louisiana of various brands of beer for $3.99. True story. That was like the heyday of buying cheap beer. And a lot of it was pretty good. You know, it was a good product to drink. You know, Schaefer was always good. And that was back when, kind of like when Pabst first got a hold of Schaefer, and then they started shutting down their own breweries. You know, they started shutting down all their breweries and contracting out to Miller. Now, when Miller brewed Schaefer, it was still good. I can't speak to Anheuser-Busch because I've never had it, their version of it. And furthermore, we haven't gotten Schaefer in Louisiana in many years. The last time I saw Schaefer Light was 2017. Maybe later, but I don't think so. Yes, you know. Yeah, I know. All right, so I'm going to go turn on the news. This is Bandolero. It's too much sugar water. There's no way this is Cuervo. Bandolero, got it. It lost. It did not win, obviously, but it was not as big of a gap as I had imagined. So you could make the argument maybe like I could balance it out and just go with Bandolero. If you're gonna drown it in cocktail ingredients, hey, you may as well go with Bandolero. I mean, you can get it at Albertsons, a huge bottle for $15.99. You know, if you're gonna do that with it, why pay $39.99? And you could pay $15.99 and drown it in ingredients. I say just go with the Bandolero. But obviously drinking it neat, no, you would never do that. But then nobody drinks this stuff neat. So nobody drinks it at room temperature out of a glass, except for me. I'm a little eccentric, I know. All right, y'all take care. Bye-bye.